Hello everyone, welcome to the virtual assets. In this video, we will discuss about the controller in MVC. In the previous video where we have discussed about the ASP.NET MVC lifecycle. So before proceeding with this video, I recommend you please watch previous video where we have discussed about the ASP.NET MVC lifecycle. So let's understand what is the controller in MVC. So basically a controller in MVC control the flow of the application. Now for an example, like when we make any request on the browser, so this controller is responsible for giving the response to the browser. Now for an example, like when we create our first ASP.NET MVC application, by default we have the home controller. So from the browser, when we render to any home page or like from the home page, when we go to the about, so what it do, this is the home controller which is responsible to render this particular view on the browser. Now like if I want to write any logic on the like controller, like for an example, I want to show some data on the view. So this controller is responsible to get the data from the model, or we can say from the database, and show that particular data to the view. So all the logic and everything is written on the controller level. So that we will see in the coming videos, like how we write that logic and how we pass that model data into the view. And in the controller we can have the n number of the action method. So now this is the home controller. Here you can see like this is the home controller, and in this home controller we can have multiple action method, and these action method is basically return their respective view, like any view we can like render. Now if I will run this application, and if I will go to the about page or like the contact page, so what will happen, like it will hit that particular controller, like it will come to that particular controller, and then it will go to that particular action method, and the same like view we will see on the browser. So major discussion on the view we will see in the coming videos. In this video we will discuss about only the controller. So once the application will up, we will see. So now like if I will click on the contact, so here in the URL you can see like first is the controller. So the structure of the URL is basically like we are having the domain, and then we have the controller name and that particular action method name. So in the home method, like when we go to the contact, we can see the contact. Now instead of the contact, if I will write the about, so we will go to that about page. So this is the format of the controller, and the like what is the flow of the controller, this is. Now for an example, like I want to create my own control. So what I have to do, you have to right click on this one, like on the controller folder, and once you will right click, you go to the add, and from here you click on the controller. So once I will click on the controller, so it will open a window, and from here we can write, like we can take like as expected controller. Like if we want to take the empty, we can have it. If we want to take a particular controller which contain the read write actions method, so that we can take. And if we are using any entity framework, so based on that we can create our own controller. So in our case we will create our own controller, that is the empty. So once I will click, so it open this particular window, and here what we have to do, we have to give the controller name. So remember, while giving the controller name, we no need to remove this controller word, like this should be there. So now I'm going to give our controller name is the student controller. So once I will click on the add, what it will do, it will create a one student controller.cs class for us, and that particular controller is basically inherited from this controller class. Here we can see like this home controller also inherited from the controller. Now like we are creating the student controller, so it is also inherited from the controller, and here we can see like by default it is created one like action method for us, and that name is the index, and it is returning the view. So currently we are not having any view for it, this one. So that we will see like how we create that particular view. So now, as of now, like what I'm going to do, I'm going to write the string here, and here what I will write, like anything, like I can write, so return student action method. So now this action method is returning basically the student action method. So at point of this time, if I will run this application and then we navigate to this student controller, like student controller and then index action method, so we will see that particular result. So let's go to the student and index. So when I will go, we can see the student action method, because currently we are returning the string from here. Now in the coming video, we will create the view and we will return the action result. So basically action result is the place where we can return the view or any JSON result. So that we will discuss about the return type of a particular action method in the coming videos. So at point of this time, we are returning the string, and we can see on the browser when we navigate to the student and index method, it is giving us the student action method. So this is the way like we create the controller in the MVC and the action method. So that's it for this video. If you have any question and doubt, please comment. Thank you.